Hi, Papaya, and welcome back for some more Genshin Impact. I am Captain Whale, and today we are going to be, well, since we are as Jean in the Grand Master's office of the Knights of Favonius, we are going to be pulling on the new banners for the second half of version 3.5. So let's get that started with the 69th Holy Water on Jean while sitting in the Grand Master's chair. And now we will be pulling for our 7 Mikas on the Shenhe banner, because I already have Constellation 4 Ayaka and I have no desire to go for 5 or 6. And I have currently Constellation 0 Shenhe and would very much enjoy having a C6 Shenhe one of these days. So, 300 preloaded fates. Let's get right into it. We will view 4 stars until we get our first Mika. Diona. I want the other Cryo 4-star on this banner, please. Diona was the second one, though, so this could be a double 4-star. But it was not. Now, I want to say this is 20. I want to say we're at 3 or 4 pity after our Dia for C1, so, I want to say we're at 23 right now. Double 4-star, but definitely not what I wanted. Let's go ahead and see what our pity actually is. It's 20 plus... Yeah, 24 is our pity. 34. And we are going to be on 50-50. Dia is not standard banner yet. Diona again. Diana is always coming home. Don't need any more cats. I got her C6. Okay, Mika is proving difficult. 44. There's a 4-star. Early, so it could be a double. No. $54. Sucrose. Okay, Sucrose was our second one. Another Sucrose. I guess we're getting a double Sucrose. And this is why the 4-star is pain. And we can't even really go reckless with our somewhere between 54 and 64 with our star glitter, because we do need to save 34 for the amber that will be available in the star glitter shop in a little over a week. There's our first Mika. C0. And there's Constellation 1 Shenhe. We now have 2 charges of our elemental skill. Alright. 0 pity. Fresh 0 pity. I believe Shenhe was the very last of that batch. We will be skipping 4s now. And nothing. A jack squat. Now we're at 20. Constellation 1 Mika. 30. Constellation 2 Mika. 40. Constellation 2 Mika still. Wow, early 5 stars. Shenhe likes us today. Constellation 3 Mika likes us as well. Or at least Shenhe's banner likes us today. We don't know whether or not it's going to be the Goyle herself yet. It is not. It is 25 star glitter in a Kaching cosplay. And that is, I believe, 1 pity. Still to C3 Mika. C3 still. And that's now 21, or maybe, yeah, I think 21. 31. C4 Mika, the most explosive Mika. Still C4 Mika. Here comes, I want to say on 50 or 60 again. And this is guaranteed to be a Shenhe. And there's our C2. There's our 4-star. Likely to be the only one. Constellation 2 Shenhe, C4 Mika. Whoa! I don't even care if this is a loss. Back-to-back 10 pulls? And it's not a loss. C3 Shenhe before C5 Mika. Yeah, still just C4 on the Mika. Somewhere in the teens when we get, yes, that is C5. That's C6. I could go for more Shenhe Constellation, but I kind of want to build a third Mist Splitter. Yes, you heard that right, a third Mist Splitter. I have an R5 on Ayaka, and currently an R2 on Bennett. The R2 was an accidental refine, and that was an expensive mistake. But, yeah. I want a third Mist Splitter at R1, so I can give that one to my Bennett, and then give the R2 copy to Keqing. I'll need to completely switch around Keqing's artifacts, because she's currently on Jade Cutter, so she'll be going from a crit rate weapon to a crit damage one. Alright. Let's quickly grab our pity. It's going to be 10 plus whatever our history says. And our pity says 9, so we are at 19. 29. I also would not mind getting Shenhe refinement, so, yeah. 39. Well, yeah, Calamity Queller I would not mind getting some refinement on. We're gonna go 1 5-star in on this and then call it quits. 49. 59. 69. This will be 79 here. And we got the Mist Splitter, 1 pity in. Or not 1 pity in, 70 pity in, 1 into the pull. So we will be at 9 pity again for our next weapon banner foray. Which will likely be Baiju. Because I've heard rumblings that Baiju is actually going to be the first new 5-star since Arataki Ito to be on the second half of his patch. Well, at least the second half of his patch when there was no new 5-star on the first half. Neelu was technically the last second half new 5-star, but we still had a new 5-star on the first half of her patch because she was introduced the phase after Sino was introduced. So if that is the case, I've heard rumors that both the first phase reruns, if that is the case, are ones I already have R5 weapons for. And may even be ones I already have C6 on. I'm not going to say any more than that. That is still very hush-hush. Don't want to get the ban hammer dropping down on me from Papa Hoyoverse. But I will just say there's been rumors swirling around of an absolutely terrible banner phase for me, particularly since it's also rumored to maybe contain a new 4-star. Once again, you did not hear that from me. And nothing sounds more painful than getting a Constellation 7 or greater of a limited banner 5-star because I'm going for the frickin' 4-star. You know what? We're gonna sink these 40 into this banner. I don't even care about counting pity. We're just sinking them till they're gone. Hey, there's our first Mika to not give us anything. You know what? We're gonna sink a little bit into here. We can actually get 30 without going below what we need for our amber. So let's see if we can't get another 5-star pull here. Is C8 Mika. Here's a 5-star. Somewhere in the 60s this time, I want to say. Yeah, definitely in the 60s, because it's been 610 pulls since our last one, and I think our last Shenhe was middle of the pack. There's 25-star glitter in a jean coat. All right, 10 more. Sink them. I want to say it's like 13 or 14 built up. Not that I even really care about that. I'm just, it's a little short on the pulling end of things, so I want to extend it a little bit for all y'all. Right. Let's keep going. Okay, we do have some Genesis crystals we could put over, but, I want to save those for like next week's like gift shop bundles. I buy those every week. They're just useful for just a big infusion of like books and stuff. Well, not books, experience tickets. And no Shenhe on the last hurrah. Or is it? I feel like I'm struggling with my self-control right now. Whatever will I do? I'll tell you whatever I might do. 50 more. Let's go. Oh, 3 Sucrose is coming out to meet us. Mika. Here's a 5-star. I have honestly forgotten what the last one is during that temporary bit of a top-up insanity. I'm not sure if this is guarantee or not. But there's a Shenhe anyway. I'm gonna assume that was guarantee and not get overconfident about things. That is 4 Shenhes. Hey, game. Want to give me another one early? Want to give me another one in these next 30? Or maybe a Tignari? Ah, the kid and the cat. Well, the kid and his cat, I should say, because they're both cryo coming out to meet us. I know that's not how it actually works, but it's a bit of fun imagery for you. All right. Now, it looks like we've reached the end of the summons. Wait a minute. How'd these 50 more fates get there? Mika, coming out to meet us. And his cat, not far behind. And Sucrose along for the ride. We are 60 plus in. I do think this might have soft pity in it. Well, surely it's gonna be this one. Heck, give me a Tignari. Hey, you fell for the reverse psychology game. Or maybe I did. I don't know. Because am I tricking the game into giving me good pulls? Or is the game tricking me into keeping pulling? And luck is not a lady tonight. For some reason, more fates keep appearing. Or I guess they haven't appeared yet. Primogems appeared. Let's go change that. Anybody know why I'm just getting all these Primogems all the time? Anyone? No? The cat. And we're somewhere in the 10s, pity-wise. Somewhere in the 20s. Boy and his cat. Just the cat. Can we get just the boy? I said, can we get just the boy? Wrong boy. We're below that amber threshold, but hopefully not for long. Hey, we're back above the amber threshold. Last 50, I swear. Last 50, here we go. Come on. Let me go home already. And that is C6. I think my count's correct. We'll have to check when she shows up at the end there. Now that we have the C6, we gotta go for the R5, right? Nah, we're not doing that again. Our luck is clearly in the Mist-Splitter court here anyway. Ooh. But hey, I'll sweeten the deal. Once we're done raising Mika, we'll do a couple 10 pulls on the standard banner. First, let's start with the one who's already raised, actually. Constellation 1, Spirit Summoning can be used one more time. Centered Spirit, Divine Maiden's Deliverance lasts for 6 seconds longer. Active characters within the skills field deal 15% increased cryo crit damage. So basically, Ayaka just deals 15% increased damage. Increase the level of Spring Spirit Summoning by 3. That is her E. When a character is under the effect of Icy Quill applied by Shenhe trigger its damage bonus effects, Shenhe will gain a Skyfrost Mantra stack. When Shenhe uses Spring Spirit Summoning, she will consume all stacks of Skyfrost Mantra, increasing the damage of that Spring Spirit Summoning by 5% for each stack consumed. Max 50 stacks. Stacks last for 60 seconds. Divine Attainment increases the level of Divine Maiden's Deliverance by 3. That is her burst. And the big one. Oh, what does this one do again? Yeah. An Icy Quill triggers, she'll gain Skyfrost Mantra. He uses the Spring Spirit Summoning to increase damage, max 50 stacks. Basically, it's all right here, but only gets really crazy here when characters trigger Icy Quill's effects using normal and charge attack damage. Does not count toward the trigger quota. So this is where you can do stuff like pair her with Chongyun and any character, and have that any character, as long as they can get infused by Chongyun's field, be a cryo DPS, and a dang good one at that. Alright, I certainly was not intending to see 6 Shenhe today, but we see 6 Shenhe today. Now, the fresh fish. Let's go ahead, and we already have a weapon set aside for our boy. We've already got a pre-90 of 90 Favonius Lance. That is what he's going to be equipped on. That's part of Kave's stuff. This is the timepiece here. So your timepiece is your off piece. Get you a millilith there. For the rest of your pieces, though, we can switch over to Noblesse Oblige. I've at least leveled them all to 2, just so they're more... just so they stand out more amongst the crowd. His pieces are absolute crap. I'm not intending them to be good pieces because he's literally just like a buffer and a Favonius user. And also because I've currently ran out of artifact experience to feed into anything. Not only do we only have 5 stars left, all the 5 stars not equipped on characters are ones that I like enough to at least lock for a little bit. That flower, though, is dang good for a Mika. Mika has constellations to do, but we'll do that after his talents here. But he needs to be character ascension 2 for that. So to go any further, we've got to unfortunately get rid of our talent books or our experience tickets of the beast there. And yeah, Mika is the second character in all of Genshin Impact to need the wolf hook as his local specialty, and the first character added to the game since version 1.0 that uses wolf hooks. Honestly, I expected wolf hook to be only razors until we got Varka finally. It makes sense with I guess Mika is kind of another one of the Mondstadt kids that basically treat Varka as like an extra dad, or in the case of Razor and Rosaria, their only dad. But yeah, the biggest curveball here was why the heck does this guy need the Wii Nut droppings?
I hope I'll be able to provide.
I mean, if you discount Aloy, which you should, because 1, she's worse than Amber, and 2, she's only ever been distributed once, and there's no plan in sight for a rerun of that crossover event, so likely no one will be able to get her ever going forward. There's only one, like, permanent character, that being Eula, who even uses the cryohypostasis. Mika's now being a little nerd with his books. All right, let's keep him going on the up and the up some more.
Please allow me to always.
No, shut up. I hate your voice. It's like chalks on a nail board. All right, Mika. 80. That comes very close to being the most efficient. Only 125 left over.
Thank you so much.
Shut up. That's the kid raised. Now we can claim these. We are almost ready to go do those 20 standard banner wishes I promised. First, we have to bring his normal attack to the ceremonious level 2. Bring everything to 2. Then we'll bring his important talents to 6. Which will then go to 9 once we have all his constellations factored in. The Soul Wind state of Starfrost Swirl can decrease the healing interval between instances caused by the Skyfeathers songs Eagle Plume state. This decrease percentage is equal to the attack speed increase provided by Soul Wind. Like, I know this is his burst and this is his E because his E has the crossbow, and this is the crossbow icon. When Starfrost Swirl's Flow Frost Arrow first hits an opponent, or its Rhyme Star Flare hits an opponent, one detector stack from a passive talent, the Suppressive Barrage, will be generated. We need to have Suppressive Barrage first. That's probably like his A1 or something. 3 levels to his burst. On Mika's own Skyfeather Song's Eagle Plume state heals party members, this will restore 3 energy to Mika. This form of energy restoration can occur 5 times during the Eagle Plume state created by 1 use of Skyfeather Song. Increase the level of Starfrost Swirl by 3, that's his E. Okay, Skyfeather Song is his burst. Companion's Council. The maximum number of detector stacks that Starfrost Swirl's Soul Wind can gain is increased by 1. You need to have unlocked the passive talent Suppressive Barrage first. Additionally, active characters affected by Soul Wind will deal 60% more physical crit damage. Physical buffing Mika. Which makes me even more incensed that there wasn't a Eula rerun in the first phase instead of the nobody asked for you 5-star Razor. Okay, Suppressive Barrage is his A1 passive. What does it do? Per the following circumstances, blah, 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 blah. Soul Wind state caused by blah, 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 blah. Well, caused by burst will grant characters the detector effect. No, caused by E will grant the detector effect. Increasing their physical damage by 10% when they're on the field. If the Flow Frost Arrow hits more than 1 opponent, each additional opponent hit will generate one detector stack. When a Rhyme Star Shard hits an opponent, it will generate 1 detector stack. Each Rhyme Star Shard can trigger the effect 1 time. And have a maximum of 3 detector stacks. If Starfrost Swirl is cast again during this duration, the pre-existing state and all its detector stacks will be cleared. And his topographical mapping. When an active character affected by both the burst and the E at 1 scores a critical hit with their attacks, will grant them 1 stack of detector. During a single instance of Soul Wind, 1 detector stack can be gained this manner. Additionally, the maximum number of stacks that can be gained through Soul Wind alone is increased by 1. Oh, so the healing duration is actually kind of long on his burst. Okay, yeah, Soul Wind is generated by the E. And requires Suppressive Barrage to be unlocked first, which you're going to have unlocked because you can't ascend to 4 before ascending to 1. So, between this A4 and his C6, you can get a total of 5 detector stacks for 50% physical damage bonus. And his C6 also gives 60% physical crit damage. And Demarcation is... It is Klee's exploration passive. So we now have the displays location of nearby resources unique to Mondstadt on a evergreen character. Mika, like all 4 stars, is headed to the standard banner in version 3.6, so you will not have to wait for Klee's rerun to try and snag someone who has this specific passive. Now, I did promise you 20 standard banner pulls. So, let's do the first 10. Come on, give me an amber. Candace, that's not even anywhere close. And give me an amber. Yunjin. About as far off as Candace, actually. Another polearm and another not pyro. Nah, we're not going to push it with these 2 extra. I actually think we're getting pretty close to pity on the standard banner, and I want to save that for when Dia is available. Yeah, so it's 20 plus whatever we get here. So 5, 10, 25, 30, 35, 40, 43, so 63. Yeah, we are 12 away from soft pity. So we're going to leave that until 3.6 at the earliest. Now, this is where we're going to end things here. I'm not going to show off the tedium of building the Mist Splitter. It's not a new weapon. I'm not going to subject you guys to that. So we're going to leave this here. Thank you all for watching. Do hope you guys are having fantastic days, and do remember to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed these polls, and do consider subbing to the channel if you have not done so already. Do also remember that comments are welcome down below. Do let me know how your polls for Mika, Shenhe, and Ayaka went, if you did poll for them, or just say hey. But with that out of the way, do remember to stay cool, stay classy, and most importantly, don't let the good RNG bait you into wishing more than you were originally planning on. But until next time, I have been Captain Whale, but the time has come to say bye-a papaya.